All right, so we got a new spec map for Easter, and yeah, it's kind of funny because I had this shirt on when I was looking at the news, and I was like, oh crap, um, we just got more news for a for the HHN 35 spec map, which I know this doesn't really get a lot of traction on my channel. I'm well aware of that, but at the same time, I don't care because I like talking about it. And also, like, the event has been really solid, even though it was really overcrowded last year. And I started going to these on in 33. Which I don't care what anyone says. 33 was a really solid year, even though, yes, that was technically my year. So anyway, let's delve into this because this new spec map, we do know what houses are coming. We've got a good ideas to a few more. So and we also have some ideas for the scare zones now. So without further ado, let's get into it. So let's talk about the scare zones now because we have some icons for it. So the first one is 35th anniversary. That again, nothing. This is still a speculation, and these are just based off of icons. So this first one we're looking at here, and I do have it on my phone, so I wouldn't forget any. But basically, the first one has 35th anniversary on it, which makes sense. It's going to be the 35th anniversary. I imagine for a 35th anniversary scare zone, it's probably going to be something along the lines of like, seeing other horror icons, maybe some callbacks to the other 35 years. Maybe we get the Universal monsters in that scare zone. That'd be cool. I think that would be really solid. Next is a banana, which makes me think Jungle of Doom. If you guys remember the Jungle of Doom, that was a very popular scare zone, and it actually ties into Dr. Oddfellow, who is one of the two. Him and Jack are the icons of this year, so it does make sense that this is going. This is going in that space. Excuse me. Then we have a clown scare zone, which again makes sense if this is real because Jack the Clown. So Jack Schmidt, Jack the Clown, that makes sense. But some people have made this speculation, and I would actually be down for it too, that this is the return of, actually there's another one in here, but this is just clowns in general, so that's really cool. And then we have a big top one, and people are saying the big top one is Killer Clowns from Outer Space, which again, Killer Clowns did get a scare zone and got a house after that. So I would not be opposed to seeing the Killer Clown, seeing a lot of clowns. I mean, Jack the Clown, it's a big top. It would make sense. And I know some people are already like complaining about, oh, it's too many clown stuff. Really? Too much clown stuff during an event when it's supposed to be like two characters themed around, I don't know, the circus? So yeah. Now, the shows, we have two shows. The first show is basically the return of the water show. Basically, they have it on the lake. It's a cool theater show. I didn't get to see it last year. It's always fun. And the other one is at the stage where usually they have Villain Academy, and this time around they basically have 4 whiskey glasses there. So maybe it's a new show, maybe it's something else. I've heard people say that like we're getting a Ted show based off of the Seth MacFarlane thing. The Seth MacFarlane TV show. It's going to be like a Ted Halloween special or something. I don't know. But I hope not. I mean, I wouldn't hate it, but like I don't want it either. I kind of hope it's like a new show. So let's actually get into the houses now. Starting off, we already know we have one house is already confirmed, Chaos and Control, which is the Icon house. We knew that from the MegaCon reveal. So we have one house already revealed, and I imagine come June, July, that's usually when they start really revealing stuff. When we get to June, July time, the June, July timeline, that's when we get a lot of like house reveals. So that's where I think we're going to be getting a lot of that. So the first thing is the upside down clock, which is probably sorry, I lost my train of thought. The upside down clock is obviously Stranger Things 5. I think it's kind of the biggest the worst kept secret that Stranger Things is probably going to come back, because Stranger Things ended this year. And they're probably going to end the series on an anniversary year. So Stranger Things 5 is probably a lock at this place. I say probably because, again, you never know with these houses. Next up is the beauty products, which a lot of people are saying is Resident Evil. Remember, we are getting a Resident Evil movie this year from Zach Krager, and I don't think it'll be less based on the movie, and if this is real, it'll be less based off the movie and more based off the games, just like how Last of Us was based more off the games than the TV show. So and Resident Evil has been at Halloween Horror Nights, and more so in its biohazard form in Japan. So, again, if this is to be believed, I would be totally down for it. You guys know that I absolutely love Resident Evil. Then we come to the music one, the music house, which a lot of people have been speculating. Is it Lady Gaga? Is it, whatever? A lot of people were leaning towards Lady Gaga because of the dancing skeletons. And I have to be honest, if it was Gaga, I wasn't going to be upset, because after the Weekend house, it basically, the guys behind behind HHN, quite literally, and I do stress quite literally, have the ability to make even the most non-scary property scary, hence with the Weekend. So I wasn't going to be bummed, and it could still be Lady Gaga. So even if it is, I'm not going to be bummed about it. But yeah, now instead of dancing skeletons, it's the horns. So is it something a little more metal? Like some people are speculating that maybe it's an Ozzy Osbourne tribute house, which I would be totally down for. We actually have had Ozzy Osbourne back at, I want to say 13. No, I think even earlier than that. I think it was like HHN 7 that we had an Ozzy Osbourne house. If that's true, it would be a great tribute to the Prince of Darkness. But you know me, I'm holding out that it's Ice Nine Kills. I am holding out hope that it is an Ice Nine Kills house. I mean, we're rumored to get a new album this year. We've got, we've had two new music drops from Twisting the Knife and Hell or High Slaughter. So makes sense. Like, Ice Nine Kills is becoming a much bigger band, and Spencer has said that HHN and him have collaborated on stuff. And again, we did have, we basically had The Art of Dying be kind of the pseudo theme for California. So who knows? Maybe Ice Nine Kills is finally coming. Fingers crossed. And then we have, for another icon, The Burning Book, which, again, a lot of people are saying it's Evil Dead, which I'm kind of hoping, too, that it is Evil Dead. We have Evil Dead Burn coming out this year, and the last time we had Evil Dead Rise, that kind of fell through because the movie getting pushed back. But now, in July, we are getting a new Evil Dead film. I'm really excited for it, and again, having hoping to go, if I get to go to this thing, finally getting to go through an Evil Dead house would be awesome. The last three another house is Guts on the Wall, which that one's really hard to tell as to what that could be. So, because we did have a Guts on the Wall one last year and the year before that. So that one's really hard. A lot of people were speculating that maybe it's Scream. Every year we get speculation for a new Ghostface house. But I'm kind of holding out hope that it is a HR Blood and Guts house. HR Blood and Guts is part of the Cary, Ohio lore. I would really like to see an HR Blood and Guts house. It makes sense for an anniversary year. Next up, we have the lighter with the 2 cigarettes. I'm hoping that's a Sinner's house. A lot of myself and a lot of others are hoping that it's going to be Sinners. If they could transition what they did with the Darkest Deal, that original house from a few years back, and transition it into a Sinner's house, that would be awesome. Then we have the Pincushion, which a lot of people are saying that's Hellraiser. And as I've said before with these spec maps, they can change, but usually when you see a recurring icon over and over again, that usually means it's sticking more and more. It's no longer rumor, it's now just kind of sticking to the whole thing. So could it be, and again, remember, this year is Hellraiser's 40th anniversary. So what better time than to come out during the 35th anniversary of HHN? 40th anniversary of Hellraiser meets the two anniversaries in one time in one park. Hell yeah, literally. Then we have a small little cage with animals in it that look like cats. This has led to the speculation that maybe it's the crooked cat lady from that was a scare zone. That was a really cool scare zone. I loved it last year, and a lot of people did really like that scare zone. So maybe we are getting crooked cat lady this year as a haunted house. And finally, we have the cowboy alien hat, the alien with the cowboy hat, which I don't think is going to be Cowboys and Aliens. No one remembers that movie. No one wants to. I don't. So maybe it's an original like comedy house this year. That's what I'm kind of hoping for. So yeah, this year looks better and better. I can't wait for more house announcements. I'm just excited to see what they're going to come out with. Hoping for the Ice Nine, for it being an Ice Nine Kills house, and yeah. So you guys tell me in the comments below, what did you guys think of this new spec map? Are you guys excited for it? Are you guys not? I'm so ready for it, for some more announcements. I'm just so ready for it. But other than that, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.